Welcome to Marketing in the Age of AI, the show for leaders who want real results, not more noise. Join Emanuel Rose as he helps business builders turn AI from a confusing add-on into a practical advantage with clearer messaging, stronger trust, and smarter systems. If you felt a shift happening in real time, you're not imagining it. In the agentic pivot, Emanuel calls it the move from experimenting with AI to building with it, so it supports your team, your brand, and your growth. Let's get into it.
Welcome to Marketing in the Age of AI. I'm Emanuel Rose. Today's episode is about go-to-market strategy for SaaS, specifically what's working in 2026, what's quietly dying, and what most marketers are still getting wrong. Here is what we will cover: the collapse of pure product-led growth and why hybrid won, the two companies you have to know about right now, the numbers that decide whether your SaaS is fundable or finished, and the 7-day playbook to rebuild your GTM motion this week. Let's get into it. What is go-to-market strategy for SaaS and why now? Go-to-market strategy is the system you use to get a product in the hands of paying customers and keep them paying. For SaaS, that used to mean one of two motions: product-led growth, where the product sells itself through a free trial or freemium, Slack, Dropbox, Zoom. That was the 2014 playbook. Or sales-led growth, big enterprise contracts, long sales cycles, account executives carrying quotas. Think Salesforce and Workday. That clean split is gone. In 2026, hybrid is the default. Product-led entry combined with sales-assisted expansion. Most SaaS companies that still run pure PLG hit a wall between 10 and 50 million in ARR. When enterprise buyers show up and self-serve can't close them. They need contracts, they need security reviews, they need an actual human to walk the CFO through pricing. So why is this conversation happening right now in June of 2026? 3 reasons. Excuse me. First, the buyer change. 81% of B2B buyers already have a vendor of choice before their first sales meeting. That's from 6 Sense Buyer Experience Report. Gartner found 70% of the buyer process is done before a salesperson is meaningfully involved. The implication is huge. By the time someone hits your demo form, you've either already won the deal in the dark funnel or you've most likely lost it. Second, the technology changed. AI agents now do the prospecting, the research, the personalization, the follow-up. They work across email and LinkedIn at the same time, 24 hours a day, and they don't need a quota plan or a manager. Well, that's not entirely true. They still need management. Third, the money changed. Investors are no longer impressed by growth at any cost. They want CAC payback under 15 months, gross margins above 75%, and net revenue retention above 110%. If you can't show those numbers, your valuation gets cut in half. This is why your GTM motion matters more than your product roadmap right now. Here are the key players. There are 2 companies you have to understand to talk intelligently about SaaS GTM in 2026. The first is Clay. Clay is the data orchestration and GTM engineering platform. You connect more than 150 data sources, run waterfall enrichment, and build AI workflows that prospect, research, and personalize outreach at scale. In August of 2025, Clay raised $100 million in a Series C led by Capital G, the growth fund inside Alphabet. That round valued the company at $3.1 billion. 6 months later, in January 2026, Clay did an employee tender offer at a $5 billion valuation. That's more than 3 times their tender from the previous spring. They have over 10,000 customers, and the list includes OpenAI, Anthropic, Cursor, Canva, Intercom, and Rippling. When OpenAI is the customer of your sales automation platform, you've crossed a line. That is a new market leader. The second player is Apollo.io. Apollo is the email and engagement layer that pairs with Clay in almost every modern GTM stack. Clay finds the right person, writes the right message. Apollo sends it at scale and tracks the response. The Clay plus Apollo combo plus an intent data feed like 6sense or Bombora plus a CRM like HubSpot or Salesforce is now the default end-to-end stack for AI-driven outbound. This is what the modern motion looks like. It's not 14 disconnected tools. It's 4 to 5 systems wired together by someone who knows what they're doing. Which brings us to the third player. This one isn't a company, it's a role. The GTM engineer. A GTM engineer connects signal data, enrichment, orchestration, and action into the prospecting machine. They're part marketer, part RevOps, part software engineer. 54% of the fastest growing B2B SaaS companies now have at least one GTM engineer on payroll. Job postings for this role grew from over 1,400 in mid-2025 to more than 3,000 by January 2026. That's a 205% year-over-year increase. You're not starting a trend. You're staring at the new shape of B2B revenue. The numbers that matter. 5 numbers every SaaS marketer needs to know in 2026. Number 1, 81%. That's the percentage of B2B buyers with a vendor of choice already locked in before they took a sales call. So what? It means your job is to be the vendor of choice, not to fight for a demo slot. Marketing wins or loses inside the dark funnel. Number 2, 15 months. That's the median CAC payback for B2B SaaS. SMB hits 8 to 12 months. Mid-market lands at 14 to 18. Enterprise stretches to 18 to 24. If you're outside those ranges on the high side, you have a GTM problem, not a product problem. Number 3, 120%. That's the net revenue retention you need to be best in class. The public SaaS median is sitting at 108. McKinsey found that the top quartile companies on NRR trade at 24 times revenue, while bottom quartile trade at 5 times. Same revenue. 5 times the enterprise value. The single biggest valuation lever in SaaS in 2026 is keeping the customers you already have and then selling more. Number 4, 58%. For SaaS companies between 50 and 100 million in ARR, expansion revenue contributes 58% of new ARR. More than half of your growth comes from existing customers. If your marketing budget is still 90% net new lead gen, you're funding the wrong half of the engine. Number 5, 27%. Only 27% of pure product-led companies reported sustained year-over-year expansion. The other 73% are stuck. Amplitude's 2025 product benchmark report found that for half of all products, more than 98% of new users are inactive 2 weeks after their first action. Pure PLG is a leaky bucket. Sales assisted is the patch. Here's my hot take. The pure product-led growth playbook is dead. If you're a SaaS founder still pitching, we don't need sales, the product sells itself, you are pitching a company that won't exist above 5 times revenue. That sounds harsh, but it's true. The data backs it. 27% of pure PLG companies sustain expansion. The other 73% can't. And the public markets are not rewarding pure self-serve anymore. Hot take number 2. The SDR job we have known is going to be gone in 18 months. AI agents are already doing the prospecting, they're doing the personalization, they're doing the follow up. The humans who survive in sales operations are the GTM engineers building the systems and the closers running the late stage deals. Everything in the middle gets automated. Hot take number three: every agency selling SaaS marketing without a GTM engineering practice is about to lose their lunch to one in-house operator with clay and an AI stack. If you run an agency, you have two choices: build the practice or watch the work disappear. I'm not predicting this. I'm describing what's already happening on accounts I'm seeing right now. If you're a B2B marketer, an agency owner, or an in-house leader, here is what changes for you specifically. 3 shifts. Marketing now owns the dark funnel. When 81% of buyers pick a vendor before any sales contact, the marketing team is the actual revenue function. Your job is to be the vendor of choice before the form fill happens. Let's think about that. Content marketing, still key. ICP and content marketing, even better. That means content distribution into peer communities, Slack groups, LinkedIn comments, Reddit threads, podcast appearances, customer-led storytelling, the places buyers ask each other for opinions. It does not mean another ebook. Shift 2, you need to speak the language of the GTM engineer. If you can't have an intelligent conversation about play workflows, intent signals, waterfall enrichment, and AI agent orchestration, you are getting cut out of strategy meetings. The marketers who win in 2026 don't just write copy. They design the system that figures out who gets the copy, when, and through what channel. Number 3, shift. Expansion is your job too. Half of new ARR at mature SaaS companies comes from existing customers. If your scorecard is still net new MQLs, you're running a 2019 playbook. The new scorecard includes product usage signals, expansion plays, and customer marketing tied to net revenue retention. If you're an agency owner listening to this, here's the practical implication. Stop selling demand gen retainers and start selling GTM engineering as a service. Build a real practice around Clay, Apollo, intent data, and AI agent stacks. Charge for outcomes, not for hours. The client who still buys hours will be gone in 24 months. The clients who buy pipeline will pay 3 times more. Can stand up a modern SaaS GTM motion this week. Here's a 7-day playbook. Number 1, pick the signal layer. Choose your intent data source. 6 Sense or Bombora are the 2 anchors, and web visitor identification. And add job change and competitor mention monitoring. Day 2, build the enrichment layer. Open a Clay account. Connect to 5 to 10 data providers. Build 1 waterfall enrichment table for your ICP. Test it against your current closed won list. If the matches aren't there, your ICP is wrong, not your tools. Day number 3, build the orchestration layer. Define 3 triggers: new funding round, new hire, and a target role, competitor product launch. Map each trigger to 1 persona and 1 message. Wire it back to HubSpot or Salesforce. Day 4, build the action layer. Apollo or Instantly for email infrastructure. HeyReach for LinkedIn outreach. Add an AI SDR agent layer to draft and send personalized outreach without a human writing every message. Day 5, build the PLG gate. If you don't already have a free trial or freemium entry point, set one up. Score product usage, push the score back to your CRM, set a sales assisted handoff trigger at qualified usage thresholds. Day 6, build the expansion playbook. Map 3 expansion plays inside your existing customer base. Set an NRR target. Build the customer marketing calendar to hit it. Day 7, audit the metrics. CAC payback under 15 months, net revenue retention above 110, pipeline coverage from AI agent workflows, dark funnel signal volume month over month. That's the system. 1 week, one operator, modern SaaS GTM motion is live. If you can't do it in a week, you're missing the operator, not the playbook. Well, that's the show. If your SaaS GTM motion still looks like 2021, you have some homework this week. If you want help building the system, that's what we do at Strategic eMarketing. Hit me up on LinkedIn. Send me your question for next week's listener segment. The best questions get airtime in a 30-minute strategy call. If you're an operator, check out spec-kitty.ai, the AI spec writing tool we've been building for product and marketing teams. I'm Emanuel Rose. This is Marketing in the Age of AI, and I look forward to seeing you next Monday.
Thanks for listening to Marketing in the Age of AI. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast so you never miss a future episode. Your copy of Authentic Marketing in the Age of AI is available at Amazon.com or EmanuelRose.com. You can also connect with Emanuel on LinkedIn. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you